Welcome back to Norway, everyone. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful, but it's blowing a hoolie. Today is going to be very difficult for filming, so I'll try my very best as per normal. But here we are. I'll look at it. I'm using my mics, I'm doing everything I can to make sure I can put together a nice video for you, but just bear with me. But here we are. Look at that wind. It's howling down that valley, and as you can see on the water. But here's the guys anyway. Let's walk along. Oh my god, it's freezing as well, everyone. But it's Norway, it's winter. But hopefully we can get into a few fish. Today our target species are halibut, cod, haddock and big whiting. Look who I find. Good morning.
Morning Wayne, how are you?
Yeah, how are you, Stu? You alright?
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Really good. Nice to be back out in Norway together again.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
So obviously, what you've seen on the videos that we do, people really enjoy them.
Yeah.
We enjoy them, don't we?
Oh, we have a great laugh together, don't we?
Yeah, we're just, as I like to say all the time, people know this by now, we're just normal people that get out fishing.
Yeah, really, it's just really good friends, enjoy each other's company, it's brilliant.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, eh? Obviously today, it's the first time we've been out this year together.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate that our first session is in
Norway.
Yeah.
Back here again.
I've explained a little bit about the veterans. It's not a charity.
No.
It's so you started out really, so
Yeah, started it about 16 years ago, bringing the veterans together. So, and it's great. One of the best trips we do. And as you notice, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. And we've got actually this trip, well, no disrespect to anyone who's come out before, but we've got a good group of anglers this time, haven't we?
Yeah, very good, man.
Everyone can fish.
Yeah, everyone can fish.
And everyone's quite confident to be out, which is on a day like today. I was explaining this. What's it? 50 mile an hour winds.
50 mile an hour winds now gusting.
-8, wind chill -20.
Yeah.
We almost stacked the vehicle on the way here.
Yeah, that was a bit hairy, wasn't it? But yeah, we come down to Hasselvik Pier just trying to get out of the wind. It's a great little breakwater. We've had some really good fish in the past, but you know, today was just trying to find somewhere out of the wind, innit?
Yeah, I've said to everyone, hopefully as the week goes on, well, definitely the weather looks a lot better.
Oh, 100%.
And we get out and we do some shadding again.
Yeah.
We do some maybe halibut fishing. We might not this trip, might we? We could. There's a chance of a halibut here, but we might not travel in these conditions.
No, not in these conditions. The road today was treacherous, wasn't it?
But we got guys on a local mark to where we're staying, and they're straight into the fish already, aren't they? So that's a good sign.
Yeah, they've got haddock and codling and that. But you know, that's nice to see. Unfortunately, we've had to travel here today an hour. But we'll see how it goes. It should produce. It's just this wind is not comfortable at all.
No, our rods have gone over already, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, but look, we're going to try our very best. What we do, as per normal, we'll bring you back.
Yeah.
We'll show you our rigs. I think they've seen the rattle rigs before, and we've got some beautiful pop-ups.
Yeah.
We got some moon glow, we got some sea glow.
Yeah.
We got everything going on. We'll show you our rigs, we'll do some baiting up, and hopefully
we catch some fish.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well then, mate.
No worries.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Firstly, when you go to Norway, sorry for the glasses. If I don't wear them, my face will freeze, and so will my eyes. True story. When you come to Norway, for me, the biggest worry is your kit getting here safe. So as I was only here 4 weeks ago, I left my rods and reels, so they're fine. But luckily, all my kit come across, and I've used one of the seat boxes from the centre where I'm staying to look after my... There you go. Sorry about that. It's nuts. It's so windy. This is insane fishing, everyone. But yeah, I've borrowed one of the seat boxes to keep everything dry. As you can see, I'm using my Blaze 4s again, as you've seen last time. And if you watch my videos since I started, I love the Blaze 4s. In the UK now, I've been using the Nagas just because they're new out and I absolutely love them. They're a little bit different to them, a little bit lighter, but these are still beautiful rods, and I plan to use them the whole time in Norway. Firstly, because I don't want to bring my Nagas out and get them smashed up on the plane. Today I paired them up again with my Fathom 15s. £20 Varavas today where we're fishing. When we go, or if we go a little bit further up, I'll step it up to £25 to £80 shock leader. So that's the rods and reels. Moving on to my rigs. You've seen me and Stu do this quite a few times. I'll just quickly run over if this is the first time watching one of my videos. Where have you been? They get better than this, by the way. Today's really challenging for me, so I promise you as the week goes on. But there you go, I don't need to get them out. Some nice colourful pop-ups with some sea glow from Michael West. We'll give that a go later. I've got my UV torch. We'll pop them up, give them plenty of charge and light the seabed up. There's another one, pop-ups, all white. And then the famous rattle rigs. And that's it. That's what we're using. We're going to pop up some joeys. So I'll quickly show you my bait. Got some beautiful joeys here from Ross at Teen Baits. So thanks for the bait, Ross. Outstanding. Look at the size of them. I collected them yesterday from Ross. He met me in Exeter actually, and we've managed to keep them frozen in poly boxes, and now we've got them in our freezer, so we've got some good bait. Sorry about that, I was just going over our bait and the fact that I kept it frozen in a poly box like me now, and my camera froze. The trouble with the wind and the ice, I'm going to get that, so sorry about that. Normally I wouldn't be editing that bit out or in, but sometimes today you're just going to have to bear with it. As I've said, just bear with it. But that's the bait. Last time we were out here, as I was saying, we're using ragworm. Because the temperature wasn't that cold, the fish were still mooching around on ragworm. What normally happens is the migratory fish come in following shoals of, not mackerel to be fair, normally herring, coming in, big fish, big teeth. As I've said to you before, these fish don't get big by eating ragworm, so the plan this week is to just use fish baits and fish baits only. Pop them up as you've seen on the rattle rigs or the pop-up rigs with a bit of glow, and hopefully we can get into some big zoo creatures. Look, I'm freezing. I've been here now half an hour and I've not got a bait in the water, so I'm going to bait one up. I'll bring you back, quickly show you that at the end. I'm not going to film the whole thing of me putting elastic on a bait needle. I think you've seen that by now. I'll show you the rig, we'll get it out there, and hopefully between Stu and I or the other guys we can get a few bites on camera, and you never know, we might actually catch you a few fish. So I just said I wasn't going to show you my baiting up, but I want to show you a tip and something that I use that you can get from anywhere, and I think it's probably the best bit of kit I've got, and it's not fishing related. So there you go. As I've said already, I'm going to pop some joeys up. So if you haven't seen this before, all I like to do is just nip them off just in front of the eyes, take the tail off to stop them spinning, and all the little fins and stuff, just to make it more aerodynamic. You probably can't tell at home how cold it is, so if I sound like I'm drunk, I'm obviously not drunk because I don't drink. It's just because it's cold, so bear with me. Right, here we go. Now this is probably going to be the best bit of advice and the best bit of information that I can give you on my channel. When we use fish baits, especially whole fish, I bet you're like me, you're trying to hold it, put elastic around, and you get halfway through and you got your thumb and finger and it's like, oh, trying to, and it gets right in the way. So what I like to do, as I like to trade fish or give away fish, I trade with my local kebabi. And what they gave me is a kebab skewer. What I like to do, honestly, so I push it through the head. Another thing about today, my bait is still frozen solid because it's so, there you go. Oh, stop you blowing over. As I said, it's not going to be great today. So there you go. There's my skewer. You getting it yet? Where normally now, my hands would be struggling to... Oh my god! This is hard work, everyone. Just bear with it. It gets better as the week goes on, I promise you. Well, I hope. Look, as I like to say, it's real. It's not professional, obviously. We're just going for it. We're just out fishing. So what we do, like normal, if a bait elastic doesn't snap because everything's froze. Oh, shit on the end. So normally we'd be holding the tail. You won't really see the benefit yet. But look, so I can bind it all the way to the end, where normally I'm just like trying to do it around my fingers and it's an absolute pain in the backside. So it's just like using a big bait needle, really. Sorry about the wind. There you go. I don't really need much of this today because it's frozen, which is a good thing. My bait's going to stay frozen the whole time I'm here. But anyway, like before, a couple of loops through, and now that's bind on with a bit of elastic. I'm just going to have to hold you a minute. So you've blown over 3 times, so bear with me. I don't know how many edits I'm going to have to do to get this video out. It's going to be fun, isn't it? So there you go, I've introduced my hook to my Joey on the top of my kebab skewer, and now I'm just going to elasticate it up. I've already elasticated the fish once just to keep it together. It's frozen solid anyway, so it's not a problem. As you will see, I'm using a single hook today and not a pennel. That's because it can be quite rough here and I don't want the pennel hook to get caught up. I'll show you my full rig in a minute. I'll show you I'm using rotten bottoms. What you find is, use rotten bottoms, you can do what you want, but if you've got a pennel and that gets stuck, you're not getting that back. But look, I'm wrapping this fish onto my rig and my fingers aren't in the way at all because I'm just holding the bottom of the skewer, and I'm actually elasticating the bottom of the mackerel because I'm not using a pennel to my pop-ups and bling to keep it all streamlined. But there you go, and what I can do is just pop that off. And there you go. There's an 8-0 to a whole Joey to my Sea Glow, my 5. Oh. Right, as you've seen, if I haven't edited it out, my camera's blew over about 5 times. So there you go. There's my whole Joey mounted to my 8-0, to my Lumi, my pop-up beads, my Sea Glow Lumi, to a £150 rig body, to my swivel, to my bead, my pulley bead, my bead, to my up and over, to a clip, to my splashdown, to my rotten bottom, and a 7/8 gripper. I'll set all this up, get it out. Later on in the week, I'll be able to sit down, show you my rigs again for anyone that's interested. But I just got to get fishing. It's really hard. Hopefully today will just be bites and action. My name's Wayne. Thanks to Norway. I don't know what's going on. I don't even know why I said that. See you in a bit, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to Norway. Yeah, well, the intro, the chat with Stu, and the baiting up took about 55 attempts. So what I'm going to do now, I'm sat behind you for a bit. I've got both rods in the water, and we'll try it this way. So on my right hand rod, I've got the rattle rig, as you've seen before. As I mentioned earlier, what I'll do is when we get better weather this week, for people who haven't seen our rigs we're using, I'll talk you through it. Hopefully the sun will be shining, there'll be no wind, and it'll just be a lot easier. So today's not going to be my normal sort of style of video. Hopefully I'll just get a few bites, get a few fish on camera. That's like I just put myself down then. I do normally catch fish, you know, but you know what I mean. And then on the left hand rod, I've got my beautiful pop-ups with my Sea Glow on both. Sometimes I name check a company. It's not because I'm sponsored by him. I pay for my stuff through Mike West at Sea Glow. I pay for my baits through Team Baits with Ross. And I'm using some sea weights, some aluminous weights, which I'll show you from Craig. And I paid for them as well. So that's why I think it's fine for me to mention, and I'm not telling you to buy them either. But if I use them and they're good, why wouldn't you? But yeah, conditions are really hard. Probably shouldn't really be filming today. It's just too much of a pain. It's alright when you're like professional and you've got a camera crew and everyone's following you around, but when you're just trying to do it yourself and fish and make sure you don't get blown in, it's pretty hard. but we're fishing. If I get any bites, you know by now, 23 will be the same as 22. If we get any bites, I'll bring you back, and hopefully we can get into the action on camera. Cheers, everyone. You alright? Well, I'm not actually fishing at the moment. The wind has got up, but it's actually changed direction and the snow's come in. I'll take you out to have a look in a minute. So there's times like this where you think, I've come all the way to Norway, I should fish. My rods are blew over. I don't want to smash them up today, so I haven't got any rods for the rest of the week. And then there's another side that says, come on, you should stay out there and try. I just think at the moment, the snow's come in, the wind's got up, I'm just going to damage something. Stu's got one more rig he's fishing with, and Scotty's packing up now as well. So it's just what it is. Today is the only bad day for the weather on the forecast, so hopefully we get into some fish. If the lads get any more fish, I'll bring you back. If not, I'll see you at the next venue this evening, where hopefully we can get into a few more fish. Cheers, everyone. This is fishing. This is Norway. This is the weather. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to a snowy, is that a word? Snowy Norway. As you seen yesterday, we got out for a few hours. Literally, I only had 2 casts. We had 50-mile-an-hour winds. We had people's rods going over, and it was just unsafe. So that was day 1 in Norway. 2 hours fishing, 2 casts. But that's what you put up with when you come to places like this. It can be extreme, pretty much like the UK at the moment, as we know. 1 minute, it's hammering down. The next minute, it's beautiful. But today, we've got some snow. Here we are again. You've seen me before. I'm out shadding in Norway. Probably my favourite part of fishing Norway is shad fishing for cod. Obviously I like beach fishing, but this is something I think that you can do out here which you can't really do at home. So here we are. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's snowing, as you can see, but it's stunning. The snow's only set for 2 to 3 hours. The wind last night was over 60, 70 mile an hour winds. It was rocking our apartment. That's about as cool as it gets nowadays for me. The wind rocking the apartment, not us. We got a good sleep, well, 3 hours, which is pretty good for Norway. And now it's back out fishing. So my plans today are to shad over low water. I'm at a famous mark in Norway where everyone shads, so you probably know where it is. If not, I'm around the Straumen area, which was made famous by Phil Dell. And if you haven't seen his videos, he's very good at shad fishing here in Norway. And then this afternoon, we're going to get out for high water and fish for haddock, cod, or anything else right in front of the apartments again, as you've seen before in one of my previous videos. So it should be good fun. Techniques today, I've not really got much to tell you. Don't know why I keep moving around, the snow's just whacking me in the face. But today I'm using my shadding rod, which is just a 60 to 80 gram lure rod, paired up with a 4,000 size fixed ball, 20 pound J braid to a 40 pound leader. I've only got 2 or 3 foot leader just to stop it in the rocks. If you get a decent fish, obviously they nose down. You just need a little bit of protection from the rocks. Braid doesn't give you that, as you know. 40 pound fluoro leader, 2 to 3 foot, just to aid safety when I'm trying to land a fish, and a 80 gram jig head to a 7 centimetre tail, just like that. Get it out there, get it in the current, bounce it along the bottom, and hopefully we can get it to some fish. Obviously, as you see, it's dark. We will be here for 2 to 3 hours and it will get light, and then I can show you my technique and hopefully we can get into a few fish. But look, I'm going to take you down. I'm going to set up, start casting. We're about 2 hours from low, so I might need to wait for the tide just to stop or slow down just a little bit more before I can hit the bottom. And I promise you, once you get on that low water, start shadding through those big shoals of cod, which are hopefully here, and we might get into a double figure cod on the shad, which we didn't do last time. We were pretty close, but we didn't actually get there. I think the biggest I had was £9, so today is definitely the day. Thanks again for joining me. My name's Wayne. This is Norway. It's snowing. It's minus 1 million, whatever it is, and we've got a chance. Thanks, everyone. It's pretty much what we call a man test out here. Not sure if I'm allowed to say that anymore, but yeah, person test. You got to be brave. You got to get out, and you got to face it up. Obviously, you don't want it to be unsafe, which it's definitely not, but you've got to have a go. So as I previously mentioned yesterday, or it'd be part of this same video, I'm out here with the veterans. It's a privilege for me to come out. As you've seen a couple of weeks ago, I was out here with the serving members. Now it's time for the veterans, and it's just a great atmosphere. There's only 10 of us this time, which is fine. Obviously, the world's a different place at the moment, and it's hard work for people to come out places like this. As we know, it's just everything's so expensive. So it's a privilege to be here. It's probably, what's it now? I don't know how many trips I've done out here. I don't know. And it's not a penis extension. I'm not trying to show off. I don't know how many times I've been out here, but I absolutely love it. It doesn't work out that expensive, and it's a 2-hour flight from London. But in the moment, it's just hard work. There's more important things, and yeah, we've got to make decisions. Even I have to all the time, because I'm just like you. I've got a normal job, and this isn't my living. I don't get paid for this as such. I get a little bit of money through my adverts, but YouTube put them on, and it helps me out with fuel and puts a little bit towards my bait. But this is definitely not my job, and it's just a hobby. So as long as you keep enjoying it, I'll keep doing it. So I'm not sure if you watched my videos before. Shadding here in Norway is pretty straightforward. It's all about the movement. It's night time, as you can see, and I'm using a shad, so it's definitely not visual. It doesn't really matter what colour I'm using. Naturally, it's dark. It's all about the movement from the paddle tail. In daylight, I'll bring you back. I'll talk you through my technique and show you how hopefully I get into a few of these fish. But for now, I'm just going to shad. It's not great filming at night, and if I get any fish, I'll light it up, and as I mentioned before, on daylight I'll talk you through my techniques, and hopefully you can see how I do it for when you come out to this beautiful place and have a go yourself. Let's go fishing. As I mentioned to you before, when the sun comes up, or well, probably won't come up today, but when it gets light, I'll show you my technique and the way I do it. But just for camera purposes, flick it out into the current. Whoa, the snow is coming in now. I'm just gonna have to turn my back to you. Light it up a little bit. Wait for it to hit the bottom. Pretty straightforward. 2 or 3 pulls up on the bottom. 2 or 3 pulls up on the bottom. Pretty straightforward. Jig it up like that, and when they come along, don't they ever hit it, which hopefully we can get on camera later. It's a beautiful way to fish. A bit of tide out there, see? That's why it's oh, might have had a take then. Yeah, it's just in that tide. So I'm in. Into a fish. Yes! Right on camera, right on cue. I'm into a fish, boys. It's not a big one. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, Stu. There you go. Just right on camera, right on cue. Second chuck straight into a fish. It's not a massive one, but it's a nice fish. Any fish in Norway on the shad. I think it's a small one. Oh. It took me in. Oh, it's come off, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I don't know. No, he said, just took me in. Oh, he's come off. Ah. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to get on a high point. Second cast, you know what it's like. I couldn't do nothing about that. It took me into the ledge, but that is definitely a good sign that we're going to get into a few fish. Oh. Welcome back to Christmas, everyone. Welcome back to Norway. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. Obviously, it's not Christmas. It just looks like it. Look, I've shadded for about 3 hours. Had 1 take and 1 little hit. As you've seen, second cast, bang. The fish are not here. The thing with Norway, it's pretty much like the rest of the country or world. the fish are feeding on the bait fish. In Norway, when you find the bait fish, herring, for example, you're into the fish. So it's not a problem. It's the second venue we fished. Obviously yesterday we couldn't fish properly because of the weather. We've got great weather now set for the rest of the week. So we're going to get to the garage. We're going to have a famous, I don't know what to say then, a famous Norwegian hot dog. Very good for you, very healthy apparently. Stu's going to have a can of Monster. Don't know why, I don't even like that. So he's going to get an anxiety attack today, and then we're going to go fishing somewhere else. That was Norway. It's snowy. I had a hit first cast or second cast as you've seen, but that is it. This is real fishing. My name's Wayne. That was shadding. Let's go somewhere else. Hello. Or as they say in Norway, hello. Here we are. Obviously I was shadding this morning. That was pants, as you've seen. Well, it's beautiful to be out, and the snow's been falling. So I've not even set up yet. I'm just walking along. If you've watched some of my videos, you see that I fished this area before on the right hand side when we're fishing for place. But now I'm going to walk a little bit left and go to the deeper part. I've not even got my mics on, got no rods set up, so I'll just walk you to it. What a day. How beautiful. It's snowing. We've had about 5 inches of snow this morning, which I was fishing in, which was nice, and this is really deep. Yes. So today's hopes really codling, haddock, and if we're very lucky, a wolffish maybe. They've caught a few on here before, but you're not guaranteed. But look, I'm going to sort myself out. I just thought I'd show you the mark. It's absolutely beautiful. It's Norway. I'm fishing. I've got the effort. I've got some ragworm. I've got some fish bait. So I'm cheating today on ragworm just in case, but I'm going to give it my best shot. Thanks everyone, and I'll bring you back in a minute. I'll talk you through my rigs. We'll get some bites on camera. You know the routine, you know the drill. We're gonna have a go, and hopefully I can catch you a few fish. I know it's not Chesil Beach, but it is absolutely beautiful. There we go everyone. This is Norway. Yeah, as you've seen, the first day we couldn't really fish. I actually had 2 casts. As you can see, I've got to dig myself a swim. It's a little bit like coarse fishing, cutting a hole in the reeds. Snow's probably about 1.5 feet, so I've got to make some room. But anyway, that's enough about my gardening. Let's get back to the fishing, you're thinking, I know. So yeah, here we go. Anyway, we're fishing a pier. I've got some ragworm, but I don't really want to use it. And you may be thinking, why? Well, we're out here trying to catch big fish. If I want to catch 2 and 3 pound cod, I'm very lucky that I can do that on Chesil Beach. When I'm out here in Norway, my motto is, if it can eat me or pull me in, not pull me off, because that means something else, but if it can pull me in, I want to try and catch it. So I'm a little bit on ragworm, because you get lots of smaller fish. But yesterday we couldn't fish. Today, this morning's been quite hard, so I brought some ragworm with me just in case. But I'm going to start the day as I mean to go on. I'm going to put a popped up joey on one with the rattle rig, and a pop up joey on the other without a rattle rig. So what I'll do now is continue setting up my kit. I'll bring you back. We've got no wind, so the camera's not going to fall over. I'll talk you through my rods. I'll talk you through my ambitions and my techniques, and hopefully I can get us into a few fish. Cheers everyone. This is day 2 in the beautiful country of Norway. Hello. It may look beautiful, but it's pretty nippy. I left my bait outside last night. There we go, frozen solid. So on the first rig, I'm using my rattle rig. We've seen them before. You know all about them by now. Pretty rough and ready. Anyway, how rude of me. How you all doing? You doing alright? You looking after yourself? You had a great Christmas? Well, I don't think we can say have a great Christmas because it's quite hard at the moment. So we just say, I hope you had the best Christmas possible. And you can have a great new year. Remember, small problems turn into medium problems, and medium problems turn into big problems if you don't deal with it. That's what I've learned. My wife taught me that, because I used to be pretty shit at all that. And if things stress me out, I try and ignore them. But now, I try and face them. And I think that's something I've learned through getting older. So hopefully that might help you out. But going fishing helps. Or maybe watching someone fish might help. But yeah, you know how it goes. This bait needle, I said bait needle then. This bait elastic's pump. I don't know why. I think I put this bait elastic last time I came and left it in the freezer. So it's not as good as it should be. So here we've got a chance today. It's not fishing very well anywhere. But that can change. If we find a bait fish, we find the fish. And that's how it is in Norway. It's pretty straightforward. Keep the baits going in. Try a few venues. Get the tides right. And you eventually will find the fish. There you go. I'll get that one out there. You've seen the rig before. I've got it on an up and over. I'll plonk it out there. I've got a rotten bottom on. That's a new thing for me. I've got a new style of rotten bottom. As before, I was using the little up and over bent clips. Sometimes, as I've shown you on camera, they were getting caught up and they weren't releasing. I've got a new clip, which Stu showed me. I've got them sent down and they're outstanding. I'll show you that in a bit, but I'll get fishing. Hopefully, this little Joey can get taken by a big Norwegian codlin, or cod. Just thought I'd show you my rig. So I've got a 6 foot up and over to a whole Joey on a single 8-0. To my rattle rig, to some Sea Glow Illumi, which I'll charge up in a bit. I've not charged it up now. I'll charge it up tonight. To a 6-ounce gripper on my rotten bottom clips, the new style I'm using. As I said, I'll talk you through them in a bit. Trying to get this one out there. Wish me luck. Thanks everyone. Today we're actually fishing over clean ground, so I don't really need rotten bottom. Sometimes, because I've got rocks in front of me, I like to put it on anyway, just in case you get a big halibut or a big fish. Naturally, they're going to dive into the snags. Sometimes it can be the difference between you landing or not landing a fish, and that's why I'm just using a single hook. So that's 8-0 to a Joey, to my pop-up beads, to my Sea Glow, to a 150-pound rig body, to a 115-pound rig body, or that's hook length but rig body, you know what I mean, to a bead, a pulley bead, to a splashdown, to another bead, to my up and over. I'll just trim that down now because that'll get in the way. And there you go. That's going to go up over like this, clip back down onto my splashdown, and when it releases, boom, out it goes. As you can see, there's a little Welshman over there, so we'll go and talk to him in a minute. I'm going to get this one out. I've got this strange thing here. So I've got a power cable above my head. There is no way on earth, unless I cast straight up, that I can hit it. But because it's in my line of sight, it's freaking me out a bit. So my casting might be pretty pants today, because I'm quite anxious about... I think I'm so used to, like you should be, to checking everything around you. Because I've got a power cable above my head. It's making me feel uneasy. But I'm going to get this one out there. So let's see how it goes. If I hit the power cable, it was good knowing you all. I'm nowhere near it, by the way, so that was a little joke. Let's get this out there. I've got new line on this reel. What could go wrong? Give it a bit of distance. But it's a beautiful day. It's snowing. The snow ploughs behind you. I'll show you that in a bit. That's pretty epic. Oh, at least my feet aren't going to move today. Got a tree. Got it all going on. But we'll have a go, eh? It's what we do. One. I stepped. I don't know why I picked my leg at then. It's because I was stuck in the snow. That was technically very shit, mate. But I got it out there. And as you can see, it's pretty deep. The snow's coming in again. It's beautiful, isn't it? Sometimes when I come out here fishing, I'm quite guilty of sightseeing, so I'm just happy to be here. You know me. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here, so sometimes I've got to give myself a kick at the ass and like, come on, you're filming, get into fishing, but I don't really care. People know me now. This is what people come up to me and say, oh, I love your videos. You're the guy that puts the blank sessions up. Yeah, I'm like that. That's me. Yeah, that's me. But I think you enjoy it. It's just real fishing. But anyway, I'll put the rods in the rest. Got my ratchets on today, in case we get a big fish. Don't want to get our kit ripped in. Hopefully we can get a few bites on camera and we can get into a few fish. If not, I don't really care. It's fishing. We're alive. We're outside. You're sat at home, looking outside. What more can we ask for? You've got yellow snow.
Yeah.
You done it there though. So I should. No, I won't. You don't need to see this. There's this whole thing.
I know, but I'm not going to walk.
Oh. Well, anyway, everyone, this is Stu. He's made himself at home.
Yeah.
He's marked his scent, and we're fishing. How's it going?
I've got a bite on my left-hand side.
Yeah.
It's been hard work with the weather. Yesterday that's the worst of the fishing.
There's a bite. You got a bite?
Yeah.
What have you got on there? Ragworm?
Yeah, I just put ragworm on now.
You cheated.
I cheated, yeah. I broke all my laws, but I just wanted to see what fish is there. Probably a haddock.
Yeah, a little haddock.
We went out this morning to Slipway.
Yeah.
Beautiful conditions. Obviously we used shaded for a bit, lost one fish. I think I had 6 cod, to about £7.
Yeah.
Slow to what it normally is there. Like I was speaking to Phil Dale earlier on about it, he didn't know why. But I think it's just locating the fish after that. We've had 6 or 7 days now of stormy weather here. So I think it might have broken the shoals up.
Yeah, so I've explained to people at home anyway that out here you just got to find the prey, haven't you?
Yeah,
the
definitely.
bait fish. Once you locate the bait fish, that fish is running.
Yeah.
Hey, it's juicing to a fish, everyone.
Yeah, it's lovely. Lovely mark. I don't normally fish it, you know, but obviously the outside the lodge is quite full of the rest of the people because they've been fishing over in the landing. So we thought we'd come down here. I normally come here plate fishing on the corner. It's a little bit deeper here. You normally get haddock and that. Nice to pick up some haddock ready for tonight. Then we go back down to Strowman.
Yeah.
See if we can locate where the fish are. Probably Stew's Point. Put another group on the slipway. And a couple of lads on Strawn Point to see where the fish are holding.
So yeah,
we get there.
we don't normally fish this sort of mark because how can we put it? We like to go off places, don't we? Fish deep waters, hang off the cliffs.
Yeah.
Fish for maybe 1 or 2 fish.
Yeah.
Fish is just slackline, yeah. But this is like, it's not a beginner's mark, that's not a thing to say, but It's the sort of mark that you just come on like today. We've had 5-6 inches of snow, and we've probably got like 6 inches of ice underneath, haven't we? Even on the roads.
Oh, it's dangerous.
So it's really dangerous. So we're literally stuck to where we are. But yeah, Stu's getting into this fish. Fish on?
Yeah. But it was like yesterday, we drove down to Hasselvik Pier, you know, on the sideways going down the road with all the ice and that. Even the locals were struggling.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. But look, let's watch Stu get this fish in. What do you think?
Haddock.
Haddock?
Yeah. Just a one up, one down with 6 oars. With a bit of moon glow.
Yeah.
Pretty standard scratching rig out here. I know it sounds funny with 6 oars, but
Well done.
yeah, a little bit of a ledge there it is.
Yeah. You stuck in it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Caught him fast as well. There's like a ledge there.
Yeah. You got rotten bottoms on?
No, it's just mud out there.
Yeah, I
think
know.
it's just caught on
little ledge.
the ledge.
We can move along. Oh no. No way.
That seems strong, isn't it?
Yeah. That's nice.
That's not a good start, is it? First cast, though, a fish, but
Yeah, you can move along. Come back towards me.
yeah, I'll send them that way. I don't know what that is.
Must be something down there.
Yeah.
There's right in it. With
A lot of people fish this, even the locals fish it. Get a lot of dead gear, you know,
Yeah.
especially this deeper part.
Fish still on?
I think so. I think it
Yeah.
was 2 fish on to tell you the truth, Wayne.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might have
I
got a
think
double
it was
hook up here.
Yeah.
Might have a couple of small codlin. Oh, you have got 2 fish, yeah.
Oh, one's off.
Oh, one just come off, yeah. Oh, not bad size.
Oh, Jesus, Thomas.
Don't go in. Oh, that's all right. Well done.
Oh. There's 2 on there.
I know you did, yeah.
Yeah.
They like the ragworm.
Yeah, the single ragworms. Of a scratching about.
So for everyone at home, what type of cod is that? And people, I'm not taking the mick. There's different styles of cod out here.
Yeah. You get different types of cod out there. You get them, obviously we call them runners.
Yeah.
When they're long, big heads and skinny.
Yeah.
Obviously this is a residential one.
Yeah.
And then you get the kelpies,
Yeah.
which live in there and they're bright orange, pretty fish. The runners normally you don't keep them.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
meat they're really watery and that. For that.
So-
You know, what's that? That's a resident fish.
Yeah, so that fish will be here all year round.
Yeah,
you
all
can
year
tell
round.
they're really dark. Those are nice fish, aren't they? They're nice to eat as well at that size.
Yeah.
We don't sort of, you wouldn't, because you catch a bigger fish, you necessarily won't take that one home.
No.
These sort of 3 or 4 pounders,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I'll put
we're
the
eating
big
fish
one back.
tonight, aren't we? So
Yeah, we're having a fish curry. Well, I won't have a fish curry tonight, but you're having a fish curry
you're
tonight.
having meatballs, aren't you?
Meatballs. It's meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good start. First cast from the scratching rig. Obviously we've got a big bait out there. We always put a big bait out. It's just nice to get out to the wind and everything.
I know, yeah, I might have to, like I said, I'm going to put the fish baits out and stick to it for a couple of hours, but if
Yeah.
I'm blanking, I'll put the scratching rig out and just
Yeah.
have a bit of fun.
Yeah. It's just
Oh, well.
about, isn't it?
Well done, mate. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Wayne.
So I've kind of buckled. I've only been fishing half an hour, but I put those 2 fish baits out and I've not had a touch. So I'm going for the ragworm. So I'm going, look. I can pick up what I might have to do. Because I'm using £150 leader and hook length, I might have to bind them on with elastic like before because I don't want to blow them all up and kill them all. They're alright. So yeah, I'm just fishing like at home. I've got like a 3/0 circle to a 4/0 bottom hook. And that was it. Just like that. Just like fishing at home. Hopefully I'll get a few more bites and get a few fish on camera for you. I'll keep fishing with fish baits on one. So I'm still here to catch a zoo creature, but I don't want to blank. And that's the main thing. Welcome back. As you can see, we're at a totally different location. So we fished the last place for about an hour. Stu had that little cod, but it wasn't happening. And as I said before, sometimes out here, it's about finding the fish, finding the bait fish, so we're on the move. We're fishing a very famous mark in Norway, where lots of people will know this bridge. So here we are, we're just opposite the centre where we're staying. The guys are fishing in front of the centre, where I done a video before, and they got stuck straight into a lot of haddock. So we've dropped back this side, because there's not enough room for all 10 of us there. And we've had 2 haddock already, or dropped one, and Matt's just landed one next to me. So we're on the fish. They are all coming to ragworm. At the moment, I've stuck out the big fish baits, hoping for a big fish, but I'm getting a little bit twitchy now, and I might have to put a ragworm one out. I'll just see how it goes, but I am trying for a big fish, a big cod maybe. You don't really get halibut here, but it's Norway and it's fishing. I'll keep fishing. If I get any bites, I'll bring you back, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you around, give you a 360 of where I'm fishing. It's absolutely stunning, and I'd like to show you. So this is definitely not a secret mark. It's known as the landings, and there's Stu there, Matt, and myself. But look at it. It's absolutely stunning. We've had to virtually dig our way in, which is nice. Something a little bit different. It's absolutely beautiful today. The wind's dropped out and the snow's stopped. But what a place to fish.
Hey Wayne, how's it going?
Yeah, we can talk now. So, Stu's gone early again on ragworm. He wasn't going to use rag today. It's a devil. What bait you got in there, Stu?
I might have got a rag.
And Matt's had a few nice haddock, actually dropped a real good one. We won't talk about that. But yeah, the rag's working. I've stuck out on fish bait and I'm blanking. I'll probably give it another half an hour on fish bait and then switch it up. What do you think, Stu?
Haddock?
Haddock again?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of haddock about at the moment. It's probably where we had the storms yesterday. But they've had the storms for over a week, haven't they, Stu?
Yeah, it's been, speaking to Phil and obviously Paul, it's been, you know, up to 50, 60 mile an hour wind.
Yeah. So the haddock are in.
Yesterday was, like we spoke about, was horrendous. Today now we're settled. Haddock are feeding quite well.
Yeah, there's loads of haddock about, isn't there?
Yeah, loads of haddock.
And here we go.
They seem to be on the worm. The fish baits are not working at all.
Lucky I've got a pint of rag with me, but I've been looking after it. Let's see this haddock. We've got colour. Definitely a haddock.
Yeah.
What?
Enjoyed it after the worm again, eh?
Yeah, all on the worm. Not a big one this time. Lift this one in. Ooh. And that is a flying haddock.
Yeah, about £3.
Yeah, nice. Well done, Stu. So what I'm going to do is head hook some ragworm, as before. Some of you've seen this before, I know. Because I've only got 8/0 hooks. I don't come over with anything under really. If I tried to push these up the hooks, just completely blow them up. So I'll just get 4. Oh yeah, we've got a bit of tide now. I'll show you the rods in a minute. Right, that's what I'm going to do. Just going to flip them over. Get my elastic. Gentle, because if I do it rough, I'll smash them all up. But yeah, keep them all down there. Very hands-on this is. Put them up here. Just gentle. By the end of it, it looked beautiful. Looks a bit messy at the moment. Yeah, we got a chance for a big haddock today. As I've said, I'm not overly worried about fishing for him, but I think Matt just lost a haddock and it's probably over £7. I definitely like that one. Stu's just had a haddock, as you've seen, and they've all switched to rag, but I know you know how to do this. As you can see, I'm not putting any tension on. I'm just That's really it. 4 ragworm on an 8-0 hook, popped up. So I was just talking to you about my baiting up and my presentation, and the camera froze, literally. So I'll run you over it again. I've got 4 ragworm, head hooked and banged onto an 8-0 with some sea weights bling, pop up from Craig, pop ups to my Mikey West Sea Glow Illumi, which I'll start charging up in the next hour, to a 150-pound hook length to a swivel on an up and over to my rotten bottom clips. When I get 5 minutes, I'll talk you through these. These are really good. I'll just show you how to use them. So there's my lead on my 15-pound line. And what you do to get this round the wrong way, right way, just loop the lead. I'm not worried about twisting it up for now. Loop the lead through. There you go. And then, oh, I nearly messed that then. And all you do, by the way, it's freezing, and then just loop it through there like that. And then when that hits the water, that pushes up, releases the lead. Foolproof, releases every time. I'm going to wind the rod in, I'll get this on, let's get it out there. Hopefully when I bring you back, I'll show you the surroundings and we might actually get a few bites. There we go. There's my ragworm popped up, ready to go out on my pink rotten bottom clip. That's a nice fish, isn't it? Yeah. So as I was just baiting up the ragworm bait,
Going up against the tide.
I looked over to Stu and Stu's into a fish and it's going against the tide. What do you think, Stu? Big fish? Or weed and fish?
There's a lot of weed came through on that turn of the tide, Wayne, as you can see.
Could be a big fish.
I hope not, because it's on a single ragworm. I just don't want to say it.
It's nodding. It's a haddock, isn't it?
Tide as well.
Going up tide, so for people who don't really fish, or if you do fish, a good sign is when the fish is going against the tide, so it means it's a decent fish.
More worrying thing is it's taking the gaff out of the car, mate.
I know.
I'll get down to the rocks down there.
For some reason, some of our party, they haven't done it on purpose, they've just borrowed the gaff and not put it back. So we're pretty screwed if we get a decent fish. Watch that weed, Stu.
Popping on those rods behind you.
Yeah, I've got you, mate.
For Burton.
Yeah, you pass that weed. Is that fish running?
Yeah.
It's a nice fish. What do you think, a big cod?
Oh, it's a cod.
Yeah, I think it's a cod, a nice cod, Wayne.
Well done, Stu.
You've gone down this way before?
It's a nice
Big
cod.
look.
Yeah, nice one.
Bloody big one as well.
A big cod. Well done, mate. Go careful, Matt. Well done, Stu. Well done, Matt.
Try and get him through that weed, man. Oh yeah.
That's a big fish. Well done. That's a really nice fish. Go careful, Matt. Well done.
Yeah, we got it.
Right.
Well done, mate.
Bonus out, isn't it?
We've been fishing for cod for a while now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we've been using fish baits and tactics to catch big cod. And how's it been going?
Not good at all. Not good at all.
And then he pops a single rag out on a pop-up.
Yeah, single ragworm.
Look at that monstrosity. That's a nice fish,
Cracking
eh?
condition fish, innit?
16 pounds.
16 pound on the button.
Look at the head, if you show him the head, if you can.
Really?
That is a mouth and a half. Right in there.
Yeah, single ragworm.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't fathom it, can you? You
No.
put big you know, mini mackerels out, and you put half a herring out, and you put a single ragworm, and the haddock been coming on here, and then this came along then, single ragworm.
Beautiful fish. We're actually going to keep that one because it was hooked so deep.
Yeah, it swallowed it all down.
And we're going to have some fish tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
That was the plan anyway.
Fish
so
curry.
It's probably not going to taste the best because it's a big one. Still tastes nice.
Go back with this. Still in good condition. Look at the belly on it.
I know, yeah, it's massive.
Great fish, man.
Anyway, we'll get a couple of photos and we'll come back in a bit. I've got ragworm on both now.
Yeah.
Just because I've just got to react to a situation, really.
I just hate doing it.
I think we'll be blanking on fish baits.
Yeah, it's strange. You know, this morning when we fished it, you know, they want ragworm for some reason.
Yeah.
January, they're normally on fish.
Oh well. Although it looks cold, it's not been super cold out here, has it?
No, the wind yesterday made it cold, but that was like 30, 40 mile an hour wind which we fished in. But today it's lovely.
Welcome back, everyone. Ta-da! It's night time. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been about 2 hours since I last popped back on. We fished for about an hour after I last spoke to you, and the fishing died off. The tide started ebbing out quite hard. So Stuart and I went and got some food, got changed, got some new bait, freshened everything up, and now we're here. So we've got a chance. We're now night fishing in Norway, day 2. Look out of the way, shall I? Tonight, cod, haddock. Gonna try and catch you a ghost shark. We've not caught one of them on the channel before. If you've not seen one, they look beautiful. They fight like a dog turd, but they look nice, so try and get you one of them. We'll probably get some blackmouth dogfish, just like a dogfish at home, but just with a blackmouth, so not the best. So on my right hand rod, I was just baiting up a spare rig, and as you can see, I've got to run. Probably a haddock, this one, I'd say. But I'm just going to light you up, or light me up. I'll try not to light you up. That's what I was meant to say. Slap line everywhere. Definitely haven't missed that. No, right, fish on. Right, I'm going to put my headlamp on. It's not very big. It's running right there. Oh, I could have missed it. No way. I missed it. I can't have. No, I haven't missed it. It's just not very big. I'd like to show it. I don't know what this is. Doesn't feel very big. Oh, it's fighting now. Could be a haddock. Just gonna have it.
Wrong way?
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
The haddock, I think. Just trying to light the show up with it without blinding it. Come on. And there we go. I've stuck it out today on big fish baits, and I've had my ass kicked either side of me. And I've put a ragworm on. Well, I put about 5 ragworm on, popped it up with my Sea Glow Illumi and my big 10mm pop-ups from Tronics Pro, and there we go. We have a beautiful haddock. It's been a hard day, but I've stuck to my guns. I switched it up, and now I've got into a fish. It's not a big fish, it's a nice fish. But there's a nice haddock. Do you want this one, Andy?
Go on, hold it up for us.
There you go.
Nice.
Andy Lobel's on the camera. Thanks, Andy. Do you want this one?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm not taking any fish home again. I can't be bothered to fillet anything. But there you go. There's a nice haddock for Andy, and we'll probably eat that together. Cheers, everyone. As you can see, the snow's coming down now. We started getting to a few bites. The tide's been flooding for just over an hour, and the fish are turned up. I've got a bite on the left hand rod. I'm just chilling out with it. Yeah, what a beautiful evening. The snow's falling. It's looking beautiful. Normally we come over and we get ghost sharks every cast. And because I want to catch one, we've not seen one before between all 4 of us. I'm here next to Stu. Right, Stu? I know we're not on camera. You okay?
Yeah, great.
Had a few nice fish today, haven't you?
Yeah, no lingo. The haddock keep on taking the ling legs.
Yeah, there's loads of haddock. I think because we've had storms for like 9 days, I think it's pushed the haddock up into the fjords, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Got quite a few haddock now. I'd say well into double figures between us.
Yeah.
We just had a nice one.
Yeah, it's going all right.
Yeah.
Well, your £16 cod's made today.
Yeah, it's nice fish here, on a single rag one.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can get a big ling. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think we catch a few more fish yet.
Yeah. That tide's starting to pick up now. We've got another hour and a half or maybe.
Yeah, stay. But yeah, anyway, if we get any more fish, we'll bring you back. Me and Stu stood in Norway, snowing. What more could you ask for in life?
Oh, nothing at all.
Well, there's a couple of things, but we can't really say on camera.
A couple of things.
Just involves going to Thailand. Anyway, we'll be back in a bit. As you can see, the weather is taking a right turn for the worst. I can't even look out at my rods. You know, it's right in your face. Just makes, I don't know what's going on. It's just like tickling my eyes. It's horrendous. Right, yeah, the fishing's slow. And we just keep it. Stu shot at me, yeah? Stu's just caught a big haddock. So if you can hear some swearing, we're having a good time. I'll go and help him out and I'll come back and hopefully we can get into a few fish. What's that?
In the worst conditions ever.
Oh, it is honking everyone.
Fishing for ling.
The snow. And there you go, a £7.4 haddock. That is a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Bit.
can't even open our eyes.
Oh, it's really bad conditions again now, fair play to us.
It's beautiful. If you were sat in home or in a nice pub with a fire going, looking outside,
beautiful.
or having a snow day, off, you know, off work.
Yeah.
Do people have that now? Snow days.
We've worked hard today.
Yeah. But yeah, we're fishing. We've been fishing hard. Stu's just a little bit up from me, and you're getting it in the tide, aren't you, from where you are on fish baits. And I can't get a fish on fish baits. I've had one bite.
Oh, mine are up there. All the haddock. I'm trying for a ling. Trying my best, but haddock are hoovering them up.
Nice haddock as well.
Yeah, lovely.
Anyway, we're probably going to have one more cast.
Yeah.
We might actually go and get a brew and then go out somewhere else, might we?
Probably. 100%. But I've got to get out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't see, man.
We're going to probably go the other side where we're staying. Just go out for high water, maybe.
Yeah.
Just some fish baits. See if there's a big fish out there. No messing around. Popped up whole mackerel.
Yeah.
Big mackerel.
Yeah.
Sit on our hands and hopefully get into a few fish. But yeah, you've had a good day. We've had some fish.
Yeah, we've had quite a few fish.
Yeah, I haven't filmed many. It's just, you know, it's just...
Yeah, loads of small haddock and small cod.
Yeah.
But we've had a few 8, 9s, you know, and we had that 16, and we've had haddock.
We've had all the bigger fish today.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it? We've had the
Yeah,
fish.
that's fine. We've got a long way to go yet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we don't really care. We're just here fishing. So thanks everyone. We'll be back in a bit. And that's haddock fishing in Norway with Stuart Jones. Wow. The snow's coming right in now. So what we're going to do, we're just packing up. I can't even see the rods. But we're going to have a brew, sort our kit out, and we'll probably come back out. If not, be back out again tomorrow to finish off another session in Norway. Thanks everyone. It's definitely snowing and it's definitely cold.